The Brony Show is only intended for mature audiences. No children under the age of 13 should be watching this show or any of our shows at all. What are you doing? We swear constantly. We post stuff that kids should know about. Go read a book. Go watch a kids show. Do not continue watching this show. Continuing to watch this show will be harmful to you and your little youthful brains. If you are older than 13 years old, we no longer care. But if you are younger than 13, please go somewhere else. We do not want the FCC to come and find us because you can't decide to find somebody else to watch. This is not for you.
Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump. And we're the Game Grumps. What's going on? John! Yeah! John! Hold me! What's happening?
Make it actually go see a boy.
Every time I go to the theater, I say, what movie am I going to see? I go in and watch Avatar, I watch Twilight, I come out and I say I didn't watch any of those. I watched
I go up to post office box at the theater and I say,
please, I need fucking 2 tickets to Mary Kate and Ashley Go to Rome.
I need to watch that movie all the time. And
Whenever somebody goes on a forum and they're like, who would be the best people for a Dragon Ball Z movie? People would be like, Jonathan Cho, Frank Henry. And I'm like, Mary Kate and Ashley? Now I say
to the expose,
Oh, fucking idiot.
Everybody gay to the expose.
Just because you sing it doesn't make it right.
Expose.
He's saying, let's go to the
Everybody
expose.
go to the expose.
Expose. The E is silent.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to The Brony Show, episode 372. I am your host, as always, here to bring you the silliness of the Brony community for this week. I am Circuit Main. Of course, I am not here on my lonesome, though. We have a wonderful panel of insane people that are joining me on this wonderful journey as we talk about all silliness of the Brony community again for this week. Let's go down the list here, and we'll probably be adding a few more as we go. We have Deathalite Productions.
Hey.
We have Textalion.
Hey.
Toakoi.
Hello, I'm annoying.
And Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
You need me to help you again with making sure it's not child friendly? Hang on a second. Fuck, shit, fuck, you stupid ass cunt. There you go.
No,
You don't know one of those is not a swear word in England.
No. You got to do it the right way. In 1935, in the region of Germany, a man named Adolf Hitler started to rise to prominence and power. There we go. Now YouTube won't even touch us. We just... No, seriously, we got Sorry, creature. I didn't mean to make your... Was the audio really that bad? Did it sound really horrible? I was trying to just make it sound deep and dark, but I admit I was practically eating the microphone. I might have sounded overmodulated.
There are some people in this world that should not play with microphones.
Hey, I'm just trying to learn how to work with microphones. In a world where I'm next to a microphone, I learned not to actually put it in my mouth and talk while I'm eating it.
In a world where Circuit actually did the show done right.
In this world, I put Toa in his corner.
Don't ever put your mic close to your mouth. What you do, if you want to have kind of deep voice, kind of...
Oh, okay, no,
all
Creature...
you do is put it into your throats.
Actually, Creature said the audio was fine and the bit obligates him to do that. You know what? I'm happy for that. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm more than happy, but... We're actually going to get to that in a little bit. That is a play on a little thing going on right now. Well, it's kind of a little thing, kind of a big thing, but again, we'll get to that.
It's kind of a big thing.
It's
Also,
a little...
Creature, I apologize for any difficulties I caused you. I don't mean to. I love you, man.
I don't. Because I know I'm working with pure inspiration and giving you some amazing ideas. So I'm happy. I'm happy for that. But we'll get to the little big difficulties here in a moment. Let's go ahead and warm up our vocal cords. Well, actually, first, a little heads up here on the show today. Well, we are just a few days away from Thanksgiving. Along with that, we are just a few days away from not Christmas, but from December. And we are also a little more than a month away from the end of the 2010s. And that's right, we're going to be going into 2020 at the end of the year. So I decided,
you say it like normal people, 2020.
Yep.
well, hopefully we'll have perfect vision when that comes up.
I never will.
I doubt it.
Yeah, and so do I. I have a feeling it's going to be a horrible, rancorous mess with a lot of political intrigue, but let's leave it alone for now and try to think happy thoughts while we still can.
True.
But in any case, it is going to be the end of the 2010s. And since Brony, the pony community has been around for over 9 years at this point, I decided, in order to celebrate Thanksgiving and also keep it a little relaxed, because I'm sure a lot of people are currently studying for tests and quizzes and getting ready to get out of school, or if they're not already, and things are just going to go completely crazy at this point, we're going to sit down with a nice, calm puzzle over on Tabletop Simulator. But while we're working on the said puzzle, we are actually going to be talking about everything that we were able to accomplish for ourselves in the last 10 years. Essentially, since we've been a part of the Brony community. I was actually inspired by some Twitter posts that were talking about everything that people have accomplished in the last 10 years since 2020 is coming up. And I figure, this sounds great. And it would actually fulfill the nice little obligation that I seem to have with wanting to be thankful about something for Thanksgiving. Why not be thankful for all of the amazing accomplishments that I've done for the past 10 years? So that's a lot. But that is what we're going to be doing on the show today. But before we get to that, of course, we want to warm up our vocal cords and talk a little bit about our daily lives. And what better way to do so than a little bit of What's Up, Brony? So before we turn the mic over to our more than excited panelists here that I'm sure have plenty of things to talk about that will gladly take 20 minutes of our lives, just a quick What's Up, Brony from me. I didn't accomplish much of anything. Unfortunately, last week was kind of downhill for me in a lot of ways. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. It wasn't great at all. I couldn't focus on my writing. I couldn't focus on my arting. I couldn't focus on anything. My entire energy for everything was shot. It was quite amazing, really. But however, by Saturday, things started to come around a little bit, and I did manage to draw something up. Granted, it isn't part of the challenge of the week that we have, but I am still going to submit it to all of you for the fan content creation for this week. So I look forward to that. But I do apologize for pretty much everything. Nothing happening. Nothing at all. In any case, that's my part. Actually, I think I know a bit of what happened. My energy was basically blown over with everything going on. But again, I kind of figured out what's going on too. But let's turn it over here. Does anybody have any What's Up, Brony that they want to throw out there?
The only thing I'm doing is tomorrow I'm unloading a double truck, and oh boy, double shifts on Sundays until God knows when. That's my What's Up. Aside from that, a couple of weeks back, a Frenchman came through as an apprentice. I don't know if I said that on the show, but it was nice to see that.
I think I recall something like that.
It might have been during the gaming stream, but you know what I mean.
Right. Anyway, anybody else have any other What's Up, Brony?
Well, I wasn't here last Monday because work completely wiped me out. And then the rest of that week, I had nothing going on at work at all. I would sit around for hours doing nothing. And you know what's more tiring than doing a bunch of stuff?
What's that?
Doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
I can kind of see that just because you're not doing anything, and it just kind of since you're not doing anything, you don't have any energy to do anything. It's kind of weird.
Well, it's also the thing of you could be doing something, but you have
No.
nothing to do.
No,
I'm very much so the person that's like, if I'm moving, I stay moving. If I'm not moving, I ain't doing nothing.
nah. In my case, mine's more of a spiral thing. If I stop doing something, then I'm just going to keep stopping.
That's exactly how I am.
And then I have to
trash.
drag myself back out and just like, okay, I gotta get back to doing stuff
If,
again.
If
Well,
I'm
at
at
least we finally
work,
found
I
something for me to
stay
do at
going.
work during my downtimes. So now I'm cleaning the whole entire north wall, like the north fence that we have that holds a bunch of vehicles. So we're moving out a bunch of vehicles and cleaning up all the garbage and stuff there, moving a bunch of tires.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we already moved 3 complete truckloads of garbage out of there and almost 6 trucks loads worth of tires and rims.
I'm saying that's going to the recycling plant.
We are a recycling plant.
I mean Wait, really?
Okay.
We crush vehicles.
No, I'm meaning the ones that actually process rubber and.
Well, come on. They crush vehicles and it actually gets used for other things. They don't just dump them in a landfill.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Steel is a hot mess right now. You can't get nothing for steel. It's kind of upsetting.
That's a shame. All right. Well, anyway, anybody else have any other What's Up, Brony going on? That is kind of weird that Glass and Vaguely aren't in the chat, but that is also partly why we're doing something calm and relaxing for this week, because people are out doing stuff. Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and holidays abound. Anyway, but let's get to more bigger tracks here. So, with What's Up, Brony covered, let's go ahead and get into a little bit of, well, let's figure out why the IRC is not showing properly here. Come on. There we are. Bing. There we go. There you are, my IRC chatters, as well as the, good news, our IRC is working again. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's get into it here, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the topic du jour currently going on. So I'm just gonna jump right into it, and I do want to ask that I know that Toa is extremely opinionated and wants to throw in on everything, but allow me to get my thoughts out first before you start adding in. Thank you. COPPA. COPPA. What people don't know about this is essentially it's the acronym for Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Essentially, just to boil down what in the world COPPA is, it is a set of laws designed to protect children against targeted ads and attempts to get children to access things that they shouldn't, use their parents' financial information to buy things that they shouldn't. Essentially, it's protecting kids from predatory practices in marketing and sales. Yep. Now, the reason that this has become the hot button topic is YouTube back in October was fined by the FTC.
FTC,
sorry. I keep wanting to say the freaking FCC, but no, the FTC.
It's the same idea, only they're about censorship versus.
I know. No, the FCC is more about broadcasting regulations as opposed to the FTC, which is opposed to trade or basic. So what happened is FTC decided that YouTube was not following COPPA regulations and fined them. And as to what happened, well, whenever anything happens with YouTube where they are being told that they did something wrong, they did the most responsible thing that YouTube always does. They put the blame on the creators of videos and then started to push out new regulations.
And that's healthy. The dude at the FTC did say YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish.
The fish?
Yep.
The
Dude,
Yeah, the fish.
the what?
The fish.
The fish.
Yeah. Shooting fish in a barrel.
No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get right into this. One, the FCC is not going to go after YouTubers, or at least not small-time YouTubers. Worst case, they may go after the big corporations that are promoting on YouTube, such as, ironically, Hasbro, Mattel, other website. These basically the channels of people that actually own big businesses. Because
have money.
now the big thing about what's been going on with the whole FCC and COPPA is there has been targeted ads. There has been YouTube has been trying to become very attractive to kids, even advertising that they are very attractive to kids, ages younger than 11, to different advertisers as well as to different companies to advertise on the platform. However, they were advertising this on their main channel and not YouTube Kids. Along with that, dude, I get that, but let me finish what I was saying here.
All right.
Okay. So, along with that, they have found targeted ads that were basically saying, hey, here's a kid's toy. Click right here at this big blue button to buy it now. This is not a joke. This is actually the exact thing. When a lot of you'll notice that a lot of websites and a lot of things, you're not able to create an account unless you're above the age of 13, even with parent consent. Well, except maybe in some cases with parent consent, they can make like an offshoot kids account and put restrictions on it, things like that. But essentially, there has to be a parent account first before they allow children on. Along with that, a lot of advertisements do not target kids. There's not a lot of stuff that they don't actually go after kids if you really look at other different websites that YouTube did not follow. Now, ultimately, YouTube got fined, as we mentioned, and now YouTube is basically placing blame. So currently, YouTube is requesting that content creators mark their videos if they are kid-friendly or if they are not. Along with that, the ones that they are marking kid-friendly are no longer going to be shown targeted ads, no longer allowed content comments to be posted. Basically, they're making it so you can only see the video and that is it. So it's kind of a bit of a situation for people that do create content just for kids. However, YouTube is a platform that was designed for PG-13 at the base. And it's a lot of adult content creators that are creating stuff for more mature audiences. So a lot of people are basically creating content that might be okay for kids, but they are not catering to kids. The problem is that, as is mentioned by DM12, the guidelines are vague at best. Now,
yeah, they can twist it so bad.
They are. It's incredibly vague. It can be twisted. Now, what it has recently been, the FCC has come out recently adding a little more clarification in regards to this. Equestria Daily did post an article on it in regards to, basically, in the big thing in regards to animation on YouTube, where just because a video has bright colors, animated characters, does not mean that they're automatically covered by COPPA. Well, but they understand that animated shows are directed towards kids. The FTC does recognize that animated programming can appeal to everyone. I don't think Rick and Morty...
Has-Been Hotel.
Has-Been Hotel was a good one, but I was actually going to shoot right for Rick and Morty.
I would go with stuff like Elfin Lee and that sort of thing. Where
no, we're not touching Elfin Lee.
Happy Tree Friends.
Happy Tree Friends, yeah.
By the way, Circuit, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but you really need to get it through FTC.
FTC.
I know. It's a freaking FTC. Okay.
The problem is it doesn't roll off the tongue quite as quickly.
Plus, I got the Family Guy song stuck in my head. I admit that's really bad on my part.
Yeah,
and...
but pretty much, it's actually kind of funny because at first I saw some of the initial Kappa stuff being going on, and I was just like, crap, this is gonna be a clusterfuck. It's gonna be it's still gonna be a clusterfuck, but I realized, actually, it's funny, and I'm gonna give all credit where credit is due to the YouTube channel for Ian what the fuck is his name? Corzone? I want to say it is. He's an actual lawyer that posts on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, and he posted a video where I don't know how valid it is, but he claims that he was actually contacted by somebody in a high up position in YouTube. And they actually pointed out something in Kappa, which amazingly enough, YouTube has not been pointing out. Which, yes, Kappa has a general audience exclusion. That's exactly what we're talking about here. It's literally in Kappa.
Yep. Essentially, sorry.
Yeah. So that's one of the main things here is that, yes, that pretty much made me realize that, actually the FTC is probably the organization that should be looking at this and establishing what's gonna pretty much ride the line here,
right?
Especially since YouTube, and it's pretty obvious why YouTube went to this system, because nobody wanted to spend money.
Nope, nobody does.
But pretty much, So YouTube put in this system. I mean, it's pretty much one of those things where, I definitely think that the first people that are going to see any sort of violations are going to be bigger companies. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did look through a lot of videos, and I'm not gonna lie, I was part of the general panic of freaking the hell out.
I think we all were until more information came to light.
Well, I was trying to keep calm as well because I realized sometimes that this stuff doesn't sound as bad as it normally does, but it really kind of came as a 1-2 punch with that whole demonetization thing that was also... Well, I'll get to that one in a moment, too.
Yeah, you have to be kid-friendly or not kid-friendly in the gray area.
No, there was something else in regards to that. But let's... Yeah, getting back on track here. Essentially, the thing that it boils down to is the FCC... FTC. So I stopped because I realized I said it wrong. FTC. Oh, you know what? Ajit Pai's bunghole. We're going to just do that now. Ajit Pai's bunghole does not care about you or your stuff.
Nope. He has nothing to do with the FTC.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's still
the FCC boss.
Really? I thought Ajit... Really?
He's the FTC boss.
No, wow, now you're doing it wrong, Toko. What the fuck?
It's what I do. FTC. Okay. The FTC does not care about a lot of video performers out there. What they are ultimately trying to target in all of this are predatory companies doing predatory things after kids. We're talking people that are companies that are posting kid attractive content, trying to sell toys and get them to buy subscriptions to things with mommy and daddy's money, and giving them easily accessible ads and click links so that they can hopefully spend ludicrous amounts of money on their parents' credit card because their parents forgot to log out of their Shopko account.
It doesn't help that one of the most popular toy channels is a little kid and its parents are basically doing money.
That's also the part thing about the FTC is that they also are trying to target people that are using their kids to basically garner views and advertise, which has a lot of complicated problems. Except YouTube did not cover that. They ignored it, and that's why YouTube got in trouble, and that's why we're basically taking a brunt, because YouTube doesn't want to deal with it in the normal way that any normal place should. Yeah. So yes, people are going to get caught in the crossfire. However, here's what we do need to know. Here's what we do need to know. Right now, if you actually look at the lawsuits that the FTC has filed, it has been 32 different lawsuits, and all of them have only been to very large corporations. YouTube is mainly reacting to the current lawsuit And the worst case is that they're sending out another bot. Oh, great and glorious joy, which is going to start trying to auto-target videos and mark them as kid-targeted content and not kid-targeted content. Hopefully, you guys have been, if you do upload to YouTube, you have been marking your stuff appropriately. I basically marked my channel as not for kids. I know it's not for kids. It will never be for kids. I never want it to be for kids. I'm not even sure I'll have kids. This is how crazy I am.
Yeah, I know mine isn't made for kids.
So, the thing is, you just make sure you mark your channels. Now, what can happen, and might happen at least for a little while, some videos and channels are going to get mismarked. They will have to probably file an appeal process to say, we're not for kids. If anybody at the FTC thinks that a channel is actually going after kids, they will review it. And chances are very good that common sense will prevail and they'll realize that these channels are not targeting kids unless they actually are, and then they will go to hell and burn. Because the reason that they're targeting kids is, once again, to advertise products to kids. Mm-hmm. So the big thing is YouTube might block a channel or might block some channels because they think that somebody's abusing the kids not for kids system. Unfortunately, YouTube sucks at this. Yeah. This is a fear, and this is something that we should be concerned about. So make sure you have backups of your videos. In absolute worst case, make sure you have a backup site that you can post to. We've always had a backup on Vimeo. I just recently paid for it. That was fun. But we do always have a backup on Vimeo because we know that YouTube could at any point decide that we suck and decide to shut us down. And I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't plan on going anywhere, even if YouTube can tell us to suck a lemon.
Also, how many videos have we lost forever because of not being backed up?
That's another case, and that's from live stream.
Yeah, by the way, you want to know one thing that could have really helped YouTube out in this situation?
Actually putting up a radio button that says that the video content is for general audiences.
Well, that's one, but way back in the beginning, maybe you needed an account to watch stuff on YouTube.
Actually, that would easily solve it.
That's one of the main ways a lot of other sites got around it.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to,
because you had to basically pretty much they put it back on the person who made the account because you had to pick the option. Yes, I'm over 13 years old.
It's like,
or even not even an account. Not even creating an account, just having a splash page that says you agree that you're 13 years or older if you access the content. After that, it's no longer our responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the whole thing, like certain other websites called the Hub.
You already do have to have an account to view any age-restricted videos.
Well, yeah, but the age-restricted stuff is usually for 18+. I mean, I could go right now on my YouTube, on my PlayStation 4, and watch almost any video I want without signing into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and by the way, there actually is one part of this because the whole thing is that this came about with the whole targeted ads thing and selling to kids and stuff like that. There's one thing that's going to be very interesting to come out of this.
What's that?
How many YouTubers do you watch that also sell merch?
Actually, I watch quite a few YouTubers that they sell merch, but it's kind of a combination on and off thing because some of them, yeah, they do sell it, but they actually are giving a paid promotion because YouTube kind of makes monetization ridiculously hard.
I'm not talking about like Jack's video that he put up today where he looked at the Google Stadia and he said that he was sponsored by Google Stadia. I'm talking about like when Markiplier was running and his had Game Grumps. Let's go with that. Mm-hmm. Game Grumps, and you buy Game Grumps shirts and things like that. That's what I'm talking about. Where you go off website to a shopping website.
But that means you have to be 13 years old or have a credit card.
That one's a little bit trickier on that one. To be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be one of the interesting things to see what comes out of that.
Yeah.
Well, you also have the angry video game nerd and nostalgia critic, who, by the way, go over a lot of kids' videos and video games.
Well, yeah, but they're doing reviews.
Once again, you're actually still not going outside my point here. No. I'm just saying the whole thing is that this is tech. That people could say that kids are watching this and these guys are saying to these kids, "Hey, buy this." Essentially, that's one possible interpretation that could be taken. on that.
True,
but you know,
but
but
they all-
obviously, yeah, but yeah, the whole thing is that I guess it really comes down to how they present it. Now, if I'm going to assume if it's just somebody who makes videos and at the end of the video just says, "Hey, if you like what you see, here's
Go down the description.
We got shirts for sale. Go ahead and
Yeah.
click on the link down there if you want to buy some.
I am actually kind of curious. But there is kind of an offshoot of that I'm curious about because I mentioned Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. They have an actual clothing brand of their own that they sometimes market basically on their channels. I wonder if they can't do that anymore.
I think that one they might have to put up on the shopping site itself that you can't buy it unless you're 13 years or older, maybe. But
But then again, I also realize I don't think the cloak brand has kid sizes. I think that might help their
Yeah,
case.
that's the whole thing. If they say, hey, you want to support us, there's a link that can send you to our store page where you can buy a shirt. That site probably already is with COPPA guidelines because it says you have to be 13 years old or
well,
older.
maybe not. That's where things get trickier.
Yeah, we don't know that part of it because that's personal websites and can be.
I know how a lot of people worked around that for a couple of years. It's just they said they didn't actually have it highlighted, so there was no hot links on their videos. So you had to go down the description and look for it and click on it.
Well, I think the one thing we have to remember is that this is trying to stop from targeting kids that are younger than 13 years old. There's not a whole lot of kids that are going to want to buy a Game Grumps T-shirt. You know, if you had a little great Game Grumps train set that they were advertising, you could buy this right now. Choo choo. Maybe there's a problem. That might be a bigger problem.
Yeah, this is where people like Logan and Jake Paul with showing off their merch on their thing, going, "Hey, look at this young spunky kid wearing this shirt. Don't you want that?"
Yeah, here's my 5-year-old nephew with this exact same shirt.
I'm not even going to comment on how that sounded, but anyway.
Yeah.
but
hey, I'm just parroting something that I saw on MatPat's video on Jake Paul.
Yeah. Anyway, Circuit. I'm just gonna go with this with one last point, and I don't know. Maybe we should probably be moving on.
Probably. Yeah. I think we're pretty much.
So here's basically what happened when the lawsuit happened. Google could have put forward something and said, all right, let's fix this. Instead, they just rolled over, let the FTC fine them, and basically said, all right, we'll come up with something. I really think this should have been one of those things where Google could have gone to the FTC and said, all right, can you work with us and we can figure this out? And maybe then we would and actually take the time, because that's the thing. They basically turned around this whole system in basically, 4 months?
More or less,
and it's gonna be one of those things that they're gonna be messing with forever.
Yeah. So pretty much, all Google really had to do was basically just go, accept the punishment, but also go to the FTC and just say, all right, help us. Help us figure out how we can be in line, and we can also because then again they also would have needed to run that in there of how can we keep the website in line. And how can we allow our creators to still, do what they do and still manage to, keep their living on here. That's all they had to do was literally show some concern for the creators. That's all they had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it would have been a nice gesture, but unfortunately, YouTube has not been really good in regards to gestures as of late.
Yeah, and by the way, don't fucking laugh at that. There are probably people in Google that actually give a shit.
I understand I'm going from experience and...
No, but the thing is that we're experiencing a lot of walls that are probably being put up by upper management that, they probably don't give a shit, but probably the people that actually do work on the platform that love the creators and all the stuff that they do, and they're the ones that actually do reach out time to time and try to help. Because it's not like YouTube gives us a complete solid wall, but it's hard to get information forthcoming unless you are literally rattling down the walls.
Pretty much. I can provide you kind of a quick example of something like that where it actually did take some effort to get to YouTube to get somebody to do something. Did anybody else see the thing that happened with a bunch of people that follow Markiplier?
Yeah, I actually did follow on that. That was best.
pretty much, yeah. People's entire Google accounts were getting banned and deleted because they posted more than one emote in the chat at a time.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm like, oh, wow.
Not to mention the whole verification thing they tried to do a few months back.
What verification thing?
Basically, they tried to change it so that you had to be a higher thing to be verified versus what has always been the standard.
The verification thing was another annoyance, but anyway,
Yeah.
I think at this point we can move on from COPPA. Essentially, what we're trying to boil it down to is we don't really have a lot to fear in the most part, though. Back up your stuff and also maybe back up people that you do follow on YouTube, because unfortunately this is causing a hell of a lot of fear, and some content creators have even privatized a lot of their videos until they know things can blow over, or might just shut down their sites entirely just because they are afraid of the fine. Which, by the way, we should mention that yes, they did threaten up to a $42,000 per video fine. However, they have also clarified that the FTC will alter that fine based on the financial aspect of who is in violation, which more than likely most anybody here is not going to get a fine at all. Basically, just probably their site shut down if they're against compliance. And in all honesty, they're just going to be, again, they said this themselves, targeting the big fish, the giant fish, the ones that actually have the money and have the means of doing this crap and not making an actual stupid mistake.
Also, this kind of hopefully kills some of the scary child content out there.
No, that's not going to kill it. Nothing will kill that. Nothing can kill the grimace.
We get rid of the Equestria Girls thing that's unofficial.
I don't want to get rid of that. I kind of want to actually go back to that again, because that stuff was silly and stupid and horrible and fun. But we'll get to that at another point. Now, another quick thing, since we're throwing YouTube out here. A lot of people have also been afraid that their channels are going to vanish because it is no longer... There was a change of the terms of service in a couple of weeks where channels that are channels that are no longer financially viable are going to get shut down. I think I recall, I actually looked into that, and it's actually not in regards to if their content is any good or if they can't get monetized. It's more like if people are using things that are not allowing ads to go through, or if... Actually, I think it's pretty much just targeting ad blockers. There's really not a whole lot in regards to that part of the terms of service.
So basically, I need to turn ad block off for a while.
You might need to turn it off or sign up for the YouTube Pro account just so that you didn't have to deal with ads in the first place. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how it's targeting, but they're not going after sites that are not being monetized or not putting up monetized videos, because they're basically almost every freaking video is getting an ad on it anyway at this rate. At least that's to my knowledge.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I already have YouTube Music. Wait, does that mean...
Well, anyway, let's get off of that. That was a lot of crap. Let's get to some good stuff here.
Good 30-minute talk. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
So, Pony Life has revealed some of the possible writers that are going to be writing for Pony Life. And it's actually quite the nice little pedigree here. We have Katie Chilson, who did some Equestria Girls shorts, and also the Friendship is Magic short Teacher of the Month. Also, Chomp Squad and Horse Sense. No idea what those are. Tanika Stotts, who wrote for Steven Universe Future and Craig of the Creek.
Oh, those are good.
David Horwitz, who's a recent writer for Rick and Morty.
Okay,
along with a few other credits. Greg Levine, who is a writer, script, and a continuity director for Parks and Recreation. And also Josh Brown, who so far is writer for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, I haven't heard good things about that.
So, well, 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah.
So, at least the writers have a pretty good pedigree so far, so Pony Life will probably be okay. Still, again, don't panic until we actually see what it comes up with. Again, let's panic on things that have come up. Ubuntu has decided to plug ponies on their Twitter. Their official Twitter account plugged a new app in their Snap store called Pony Say, which is pretty awesome. And of course, with anything that ever gets ponied out there on Twitter, a lot of Brony haters started to boo. A lot of Brony lovers and enthusiasts go yay, whine, complain, bitch, firestorm.
Okay, can you enlighten us on what Pony Say is?
Say what?
Can you enlighten us on what Pony Say is?
Not entirely, no. I know so little. But let's go ahead and take a look here. So,
it just looks like it's a thing that it looks like it's just a thing that puts an image of a pony and it makes it saying something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what it says. Pony Say displays an image of My Little Pony saying a message provided by the user in a terminal, or a quote from the show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, that's all it does. That's actually pretty cool too. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Glass says that Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is good, so who knows?
It may not be bad. I don't know. I can't judge it. So, over in Asia, they're getting more cool stuff, and it makes me jealous. In this case, Asia has gotten giant figures of Applejack and Rainbow Dash over at a mall. And I am currently willing to pay somebody exorbitant amounts of money to get one of these figures.
They look really good.
I know, it's like giant. They're like giant Funko figures.
Yeah. I wonder if they look like
you
from the
would go
front,
for the
though.
AJ
Yeah.
just so you could surprise someone in your house with it.
Yeah, the
And
front is what I was
okay,
funky.
Glass is saying that we need to watch Rise of the Ninja Turtles.
That's what I just said.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think someone in your house would appreciate the AJ.
Somebody might, but they might also not appreciate the fact that it's taking up an entire quarter of our living room, too.
It's the sacrifices we make.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Hey, just get a little tent thing in the backyard, put it in there, just be like, okay, I built the AJ.
But no, seriously, these figures are awesome.
You just make a lawn ornament, put on the Christmas lights, have it all year round. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I'm with CMC on this.
Sounds like a plan. But how about we get a figure that we actually can get into our house and actually is just about as detailed. Kotobukiya has shown their sculpture for the upcoming Applejack figure.
And she has a hat, yay.
Well, they both have a hat, which is better.
Yay.
So there aren't any pre-order links yet. So this is actually a concept sculpture that they just need to get an approval on. But the fact is, yes, this is the last of the figures. Applejack was the last one of the main six that needed to have a figure come out, and here it is. So all six of them are coming out.
She's got a lot of skin showing.
She's a country leg.
The only thing I would change is just what her character is. Give that girl some damn jeans.
I'm like, okay, you got your legs, you got the midriff, rolled up sleeves. And who needs to button that thing up? Just nod it, you're fine. I was like, okay.
Okay,
You know what?
I wonder how high those legs go.
Hey, it works for me. She's a country girl. Besides, she's
Yeah,
wearing
country
heels.
girls don't wear skirts.
She's also
Short
wearing.
skirts.
Bullshit.
That is complete bullshit.
They wear long dresses and wear Daisy Dukes if
Well,
you wanted to go
okay,
with
dude, no.
Bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Have you not seen a country girl lately?
Have you been around my
I'm from
town?
the time where they still had self-respect then.
Dude, no, oh god,
Dude,
dude.
oh.
okay, Toa, no, you just
No, you
completely
crossed
lost
a
it there.
line. That was a line, and you not only crossed it, you threw up on it. So,
Yeah,
Toa,
fair.
I'm gonna mute you for 1 minute just because that was misogynistic, man. That was bad. So Toa has been muted for 1 minute now. I'd move him into his lonely corner, but he keeps coming back from there. So this is actually So yeah, country girls can wear whatever the hell they want. The fact that this looks really good on her, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to complain. But even if she was wearing pants, I would still like the figure either way. But no, it's an awesome figure, and I'm real excited for this. So we got the 6th and final one coming out here soon. So let's go ahead and move on to the comics. Of course, we have Feats of Friendship, which was recently released, and I have absolutely nothing to go on this. I haven't gotten it yet, unfortunately. However, this is the Student 6 are unfortunately getting split apart by a really annoying 7th team member that is making them question their loyalties, and now they have to fight a Hydra. The only thing I find interesting is one of the cover right here. I mean, the cover artwork is really good, but they seem way too happy to literally be staring down a Hydra.
There it is.
Yeah, I was like, which one? Yeah, that one. It's just a daily occurrence to them at this point. It's like, oh, this again.
Oh, look, isn't the Hydra cute? We're going to kill this thing.
Yeah, you know what I think?
You know the Hydra. You don't know.
Well, Circuit, here's the question. Does this happen after the series finale?
Yes. No.
So-
Actually, I don't know on that. No, I don't think so, because Twilight was still the principal at that time.
Wait, well, how long after? Like, I guess we're talking like how long between that fight with Tyrek and how long between that fight in Tyrek and her getting coronated was it? They never really established that, did they?
Not really.
No, but this seems to still be before the whole
Okay.
final.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, if it was after that point, then there'd be a reason. They'd just be like, you know what, this ain't shit.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that this was sometime during season 9, if we're going to be placing it anywhere between 8 and 9 at the worst case.
Maybe even
But
season
yeah,
8.
no, the main 6 are all still teachers, including Twilight being the principal, and the season 10 comics aren't due out until about April of next year. So yeah, I think we're still dealing with the current season before the next one. Anyway, 87 has also been revealed. Now, here's a quick synopsis. Strap in, sports fans, because it's time for the biggest race in Equestria, the Daytona Breach 500. I said that right somehow. And where there's a race, there's Rainbow Dash, ready to be trained by the most unlikely of ponies, Big Macintosh. Meanwhile, a plunderer of ancient antiquities known as Sex Romer throws a wrench into the competition when he steals a priceless artifact. It promises to be a fast and the furriest. That sounds really weird.
Furious.
They're trying to make furriest.
It promises to be the fast and the furriest in the brand new My Little Pony Adventures. And
okay, you said Sax. Okay,
I did say Sax. His name is Sax.
Sorry, it was like I heard you say the word, and I was like, did he just say? And I've decided instead of saying it, I was going to go look at the actual article for once.
I said Sax Romer.
I would have a lot of respect for IDW if they just decided to call this character Sex Romer.
Sex
Boy, that'd be a hot topic for a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Admittedly, though, I gotta admit, this comic cover is way too appeasing.
It's really nice. The warm colors.
I'm not sure if it's a reference to anything. If it is, it's a really good reference. But if it's not, that makes it
We'll
even
find out
better.
eventually.
Let me see. Because I'm talking specifically about the cover. I know they're saying Daytona Beach 500, it's the Daytona 500, all that fun stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll just look up
That's
Daytona
set up,
posters
It
and-
looks like it's gotta be a reference.
Oh God! And I look
Yeah,
at one of,
Angel Bunny is the big giveaway there.
I love one of the comments on Equestria Daily is just it's just Draytona.
Good stuff. But yeah,
Let's see.
lots of comics are looking great and lots of exciting stuff to look forward to there.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that makes sense. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder, is that specifically that movie? Hang on. Let's see. Poster. Yeah, I can see. Okay, I can see where somebody in the comments could say that's an illusion.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh, they codified NASCAR. I'm reading
Yeah.
through the comments now too.
yeah, they got somebody brought up the Fast and the Furious poster. I can see where there's an illusion because of the angular like light effects in the middle, but okay, yeah, maybe it's not a reference. But I'll take an allusion to Fast and the Furious because I can see it working.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on here. We still got a few more topics to bring up. Now, Magic the Gathering, once again, and our third and final deck that we've been waiting for, the Rarity card and Rarity's Loyal Admirers Magic the Gathering deck that you can play with Rarity. Again, once again, we wanted to remind everybody that these are not official cards. Do not take this to an official tournament. You may get play. You may get some play, but you will not actually go anywhere with it. And
Specifically, it's an EDH deck.
Yeah, it's a goof around deck. This is a goof off deck. But yeah, if you ever wanted to play Magic the Gathering and put Rarity in your deck just for giggles, here's an opportunity for that.
And just
Then your
scrolling
deck will
through
become
it-
the most rarest deck of all.
Just scrolling through it, I don't know all of these cards, but it looks really fun, especially with the fact that it's blue-white, and they are doing it not as a blue control deck. They're actually going for big creatures, and it looks so much fun.
No wonder Rarity Loyal Admirers.
Well, a lot of blue decks really go for a lot of counter spells, which are just saying, yeah, you want to play that? No. 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 No.
I control you.
Yeah, and blue control gets really boring.
All right, and that is our little magic moment. Let's go into some gaming stuff. My Little Pony Harmony Eclipsed, a game based out of RPG Maker, has been officially released. Well, officially quote unquote released. This is obviously based off of the Turnstile, and it does look really interesting. It looks like they got the character portraits actually have some interesting artwork involved with them, and the battle screens, if that's how they look, it actually looks really, really interesting. And I've already downloaded it, obviously.
Of course you did.
But yeah, we will be checking this out a little bit later and doing an official review of it. But it does look really interesting. So if you want to try another RPG based off of My Little Pony, because who doesn't, you have that opportunity.
It definitely looks like the classic style for RPG.
And finally, in the content creation category, Rocksmith has released a 24 songs based off of My Little Pony. Mostly from Prince Whatever, but a few others in there.
I'm about to say the guy that does a lot of My Little Pony songs still.
Yeah.
Some
But-
by Mando, of course. Forest Rain.
yeah. By the way, obviously this is not officially from Rocksmith. This is all mod.
Oh no, it's
I
all
don't
completely
think
mod. That's not
I
even
don't think the
question.
developers even I don't think the developers support Rocksmith anymore.
Well, it was from 2014, so I'm really not surprised by that. It's like 5 years
Yeah.
old now.
Yeah, which it kind of sucks. I really should have picked up that game because I actually like the fact that it was also possibly a tool to help people actually learn.
Huh. But yeah,
Yeah, that was-
actually,
that was-
it looks
yeah,
like
that-
it looks like it's going through Customs Forge now, which is wow, yeah. So yeah, if you do have Rocksmith and you want to get pony songs for it, now you have the opportunity to do
Yeah.
so.
Can you still get it on Steam? Hang on.
We're going to find out.
Okay,
that's what I'm about
everybody.
to do.
Actually, I wonder if I have that on Steam. I know I got a few different.
Yes, you can. You can get Rocksmith 2014 edition remastered. In fact,
Oh, cool.
for $30 right now, and regular Rock. Wait, what is the difference between regular Rocksmith and 2014? Because they're both $30.
Check it.
I don't know, but I own the original Rocksmith. How cool is that?
Fastest way to learn guitar, but
But hey, if you want to learn guitar and rock out to ponies,
Actually, I think that's why I bought that. But yeah, you can mod the living hell out of it, so that's pretty cool.
yeah. I wonder, is it? I forget if this game was specifically just because I wouldn't mind getting back into base. Oh shit! Do I even still have my base somewhere? Probably not.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Did you drop the base? I know it wasn't funny.
That wasn't even close. But anyway, yeah, Rocksmith is still available, so yeah, you can even buy the game right now, download the Pony songs, get yourself a guitar that can connect to your computer, and rock out. I'm not gonna stop you. In fact, I encourage it. Do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Do it now. All right, let's move on to content creation. And boy, we got a few in here as we were getting everything set up. So as I mentioned, well, our challenge of the week was the last bit of pumpkin spice because fall is almost over. Thanksgiving is literally a few days away, and then we're going to be surrounded by peppermint and ginger and Santa. And that means no more... Well, no, you'll still get pumpkin spice all over the place because you can't stop pumpkin spice. Nobody stops
Pumpkin
the
pie
spice.
for life.
No, nobody can stop the spice flow. But it will definitely be a lot harder to find. So my goal was to have... Pumpkin spice was the goal. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned, I did not get a chance to make an art regarding this. But on Saturday, I had a couple... I was with a Brony meetup, and I decided to just sketch for a little bit of fun.
But, by the way, real quick, I have to address the chat. Hey,
Yeah.
Sonic, when you ask if somebody's watching something right now, you don't then just blurt out a spoiler.
Say I'm bad.
Because some people might be recording things.
Creature, timestamp at actually, is it even there a point to trying to block this at this point?
What?
You would have to be
the spoiler,
at like 9
right?
o'clock.
The spoiler
so
right
probably,
now.
No, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, by the time this is up, it
I'm just
should
saying,
not be
yeah.
a spoiler.
No, it's basically like it's literally a live show tonight that pretty much by the time anybody sees this as recording, people are going to know about it. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's just like to me, like in the moment, it's when you ask if somebody's seen something, you don't go like you don't go, oh hey, did you see Last Jedi? Luke totally died.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But in any case,
like back when the movie first came out. Obviously now nobody gives a shit.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Toa. We don't need an echo chamber. We get it. We don't need an echo. We need to move on, actually. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, as I mentioned, our challenge of the week was the last bit of pumpkin spice, but we also had the protest initiative challenge. And I do believe I spy coal dust.
Hi.
So what was the protest initiative challenge?
Did you people draw me Derek's?
I did.
So
Somebody drew me?
Sorry, Suki, wrong Derek.
Now, as I mentioned, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to actually make something for the challenge of the week. However, when I sat down, I actually just started doing some light sketching, and I came out with this, which is still bugging me that I managed to pull something like this off.
It's very good, but you did proportions a little off.
I get it. The proportions were off. I hear that. I got that. I have a tough time
Very
with
nice,
proportions.
Yeah. That's a Twilight basically being like, yeah, like, oh, really?
Yep.
You do not amuse me. I am great and powerful.
Yeah. Sonic, honestly,
that is adult Twilight.
No, let it go. Just let it go.
Besides, if I could delete the post, I would have already. So just try to watch it in the future, man. Just try to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally one of those things where it's like, by 2 days from now, if there'd be no way to not know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, I just wanted to show this off a little bit, especially since we actually have an artist in the panel now. It's just so that we can get a scoffs and just like, what are you doing? And so I can not feel like I actually am maturing as an artist because this scares me.
Well, I think it's an improvement. I think you're doing really good.
Shit!
Keep on going.
Shit! Encouragement.
Yes, you're going to get
Forget.
encouragement. Artists
Sergey, you
only
forget.
self-deprecate.
Exactly.
Yeah, we self-deprecate ourselves and we let everybody else talk us up. That's how we do things.
Yeah.
I tell Paul I'm very good at everything.
All right.
That's
Anyway,
how this works.
speaking of self-deprecation, let's go ahead and go on to Toa's challenge, to Toa's entry.
You drew Derek's. Good. Very
So
good.
we have Toa with, am I in a dress?
Nope. I did kind of a pilgrim's outfit. I left out the funny hat, though.
It looks like a dress now because of that. You could,
So yes, it's circuit made.
It is.
Hey,
All right, so we've got circuit made. And
Madam.
Noah, why are you pushing the thing to power the derrick?
because it's only horsepower, but I have a horse overlord, so I'm the one powering it.
All right.
can't argue
Checks
that,
out.
actually.
Yeah. All right. so we
And
got
everyone's
circuit
trying
made
to get the
and
last
a
barrel of
solar-powered
pumpkin
derrick.
spice.
All right, and along with that, we got not one but two stories. One from Ponyman64, one from Vaguely Creepy. So, who wants to read the Ponyman64? It's a lot shorter than Vaguely Creepy's.
I mean, I can try it, but like
I believe
totally
in you,
not in a
Cole.
reading zone. All right. Okay. So let's see here. This is which one is it?
Ponyman64.
Ponyman 64?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, that is short. All right, let's do this. For the record, I've not read this ahead this time, so this will be interesting. Thanks for helping me set up the derricks, Dash, Applejack said. No problem, AJ. I'm just glad we got it finished before the coffee shop closed. Both Dash and AJ sipped their coffee, which had the last of the pumpkin spice of the season. As Big Mac, spelled M-A-C-K, so now this is actually a big giant truck, just so you know. Big Mac, the giant truck. It's a very big truck. As Big Mac used the derrick to move some of the farm equipment, Dash muttered to herself, "Look at that. Look at those muscles." AJ turned around to give her a eyebrow, but Dash has already dashed away. I just like the idea of her just like slapping her face with her hoof and then removing her eyebrow and then turning to offer it to find that Rainbow Dash has run away.
Yeah, perfect.
As,
Hey, my eyebrow?
as muscular Mac Truck is now pushing a derrick. Yes. I'm having a lot of fun interpreting this story. I should not have been allowed to read this.
Are you kidding? This is great. Keep going.
Oh no, that was the end of that.
That was
story.
it.
Oh,
Yes, that's it. That's
Now
all of
it's
it.
on to Vaguely story.
that's on the
Pokemon
Vaguely.
64.
I guess I'll
Good
go
job.
ahead. I'll go ahead and read Vaguely's then.
Do it.
I still don't understand why you think this will work. Suki just huffed and shook his head. Look, I don't know how to make it any simpler, okay? Cats love fish. Dogs love bones. Deranged old-timey prospectors love pumpkin spice lattes. It's just common knowledge. Let's just be glad we found some. The stuff's impossible to get right now. Coldust eyed him back skeptically, not buying a word of his logic. Okay, and why a snare trap exactly? That seems kind of dangerous. Suki waved the notion off dismissively, getting up to head for the back room as he spoke. It'll be fine. The old geezer's been living off of cave mold and stalactite droppings for who knows how long. He's too tough to actually get hurt, and everyone else is gone for the day. Now wait here and watch the trap while I go work on the cage. I'm telling you, this is not a good idea, and he's gone. Ugh. Coldust sighed, looking over the overturned table the pair had turned into their hiding spot, and at the booby-trapped chair across the room. To Suki's credit, it was a well-disguised trap, but this whole idea just seemed absurd. The miner didn't even usually come up to the surface unless he was forced out. Cole sighed again, settling back down behind the table with a grumble. Damn it. Didn't even bring anything to read. He muttered to himself, already feeling bored. As expected, The day wore on slowly and uneventfully, and eventually he began to nod off. He slept lightly until he was suddenly roused from his dozing by the front door opening and steps knocking on the hardwood floor. The nap had been uncomfortable and unrestful, and he couldn't immediately remember where he was or he was doing here. Until, that is, he heard Circuit call out from across the room, "Oh, what the hell? This is where my coffee went this morning. Who left it here?" Scrambling upright as he heard quick steps, a scraping chair, and a soft twang. Coldust only had time to think of one thought. Oh, crap.
Perfect.
So, Suki, why would
Tell
that
me.
trap have worked?
You know what? Actually, I don't. Sorry, I actually walked off for a moment.
Oh, good grief.
Okay.
I mean, you guys could have just looked on Discord and seen that there was a mute icon next to my name.
I could, but I was reading the story.
We were too into the story, man. Basically,
Oh, wow. I actually read it really well then. I feel proud of
Let's see.
myself.
What he did is, like when the radio people put on like Stairway to Heaven or the new songs from Tool, that's the bathroom break. You just gave him the bathroom break. That's all it was.
Let's see.
But yeah, it's essentially, this was a continuation of last week's story, where this time you and Coldust, well, you, with Coldust trying to watch, tried to trigger a trap with pumpkin spice coffee. My pumpkin spice coffee. Which Coldust was barely paying attention until I came back, realized my coffee was there, and then fell for the Suki trap.
I don't think that prospector would go for that coffee.
nah.
No,
He needs
no,
it black.
no, you got to go for the black burnt stuff that's 3 days
Yeah.
expired.
No, that old prospector's too nice. And he's just trying to live his life in the Australian bush.
Oh, and
That's a cute one.
all right, we're gonna put this up here though. It's completely unrelated. Meanwhile, I'm gonna give this win to Vaguely. Vaguely not only
down
wrote
with
a
that.
great story, he wrote a continuation of last week, and that deserves major props. And apparently now there's a weird, crazy miner underneath the bar. And I'll actually have to get into that in a moment. Blinked actually came up with a thought about the miner as well that we were talking last week, and yeah, we'll get to that. But Vaguely wins it. Vaguely wins it. So Toa, you get bonus points for letting me put you under slave labor, but Vaguely wins it. And Ponyman64, you did a great story as well. But just the continuation of a story is just so awesome.
You know what they call that?
What's that?
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
But-
That is chapter 2.
Yeah. But yeah, by the way, yeah, of course that's common knowledge. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
All right, and okay, Coldust, who gets your vote?
I'm gonna say Toa this week because he drew a Derek. Although I will give extra bonus points to Ponyman64 because he wrote his thing at last minute and then he had to bear with me reading it, which is, let's be honest here, something that no one should ever be fated to.
And now that
Cole, you
there's
have a lovely point.
muscular truck.
Indeed.
A muscular robotic truck.
A muscular.
Oh my god,
I
you
mean,
made
robotic
Big Mac
pony,
an
there we
Optimus
go.
Prime.
All right.
Muscular robotic pony.
Okay, so let's go into next week's challenge. Next week's challenge. I probably could phrase this better, but my challenge is replace the turkey. The turkeys have run out. They are gone. They've been sold out, or they've been liberated, or maybe they became the turkey army that is now going across Equestria. Whatever it is, the turkey is gone.
I don't think they would eat turkey, but I know what you're going for.
Yeah, the turkey is gone, and it must be replaced. What in the world are we going to replace our wonderful holiday turkey with?
Smoke ham.
That's up to you to decide. Do you do a drawing of us trying to get a ham? Do you do a drawing of us getting the Thanksgiving pizza? Do you do a drawing of us going to the Chinese buffet, which I actually am going to be going to? It's up to you. How do we replace the turkey? And the Protest Initiative challenge.
Oh shit! I did not realize that you were leading into me saying the protest submission challenge. The way that you ended, I thought it was like, I don't
And that's
know
the
why.
thing.
And
I
that's
don't
a wrap, folks. Good night.
Right. Protest initiative challenge this week is Applejack's truck. If you don't
Is
know,
it a big red truck?
no, it's big pink and it looks like an apple, and it's for some reason got a cardboard cutout of Twilight in the back.
Oh, I love that so stupidly much.
Oh, Applejack's truck. Oh, I get you.
Yep. But by the way, Circuit. Just to say this: when the turkey army rises, Jerry Seinfeld will be their leader.
Cole, do you have a link to that so I can?
Yes, I do. I will post it into where should I put? Which chat should I put it in?
Just put it in content creation so everybody knows where it's at.
All right.
And that way, so anybody that wants to draw anything has that as well as a reference.
There you go. Applejack's truck.
That's not creepy at all. I'm digging it. Okay.
Oh, it's even better because there was a wonderful comic that was made after Twilight became a princess. Applejack was complaining because her cutout was now no longer correct, so she was hoping Twilight would pose for another cardboard cutout. And Twilight ends up blowing up the truck.
That's great.
It was I love the comic so much, especially just the expression Applejack gives as it's blown up. Oh dear.
And here I am. All I can think of is all the stupid references of, yeah, the song just escaped me. That's upsetting now.